there's a watch up here so they can see the time.
So I came into this trip just really excited. First off, to just meet new brothers and sisters. I know I was hearing like a lot of bad news about the Navajos and just like the tragedy that they've been through like throughout their lives. But I was just really hoping to see people who knew Christ there and just be able to talk with them and see their struggles and just be able to speak on their behalf so that others would know about their tragedy as well. And so I was ready to share the gospel to people who are also in need of help, people who are who lost their hope and desire for God. And although most of the trip was pretty much just taking care of children and doing VBS, the trip really was an amazing blessing. And I was just really happy that I was able to go. And the whole team was able to grow a great relationship with not only ourselves, or not only the Navajos, but ourselves. And so as I was driving there, as I was sleeping and reading, I was reading When I Don't Desire God by John Piper, and I think this book in a way related because I was reading one chapter from this book, and he quotes here, "What our calling here is not to fight for joy. The aim is that God's work is infinite desirability, be known and prized and praised in all the world." And throughout the trip, I wanted God and the gospel to be the centerpiece of why I was there. And now my purpose would be to just glorify God through everything I do, that whatever I do by serving Him or just talking to people there, that would be glorifying God in a way. And not only myself, but the others and the Navajo Nation as well would find a desire to glorify God. And I think because a lot of the time with the kids, I also wanted the kids to know about God's love as well. And even at such a young age, I really wanted them to experience a little bit of God's love, even though they may not understand it now, but we just plant the seed. And I think one of the moms over there was talking about how one of the kids were really just like curious, and after a few days of VBS, and then it just really caught my attention. Like a lot of these kids still want to know about Christ and who He is, and hopefully they continue that curiosity as they grow and start to know Christ better. So I think a highlight of the trip for me would be just seeing kids. Okay, so there's this water thing. It's our only source of water, and it's a big tank. And you see like pouring down this red bucket, and all you see is dirty water. Kids put dirt in there. I use my hands to wash. I use my soapy hands to wash them there, just like lemon soap in there. And so the kids were playing in it, and then I just see them grabbing cups and splashing it on each other, and some of them were even drinking it. And I think it was just a humble moment at that time, because just seeing those kids having that source of water, like they would take anything to pretty much have what they need. And for me, I was just looking at myself, like complaining about needing a shower, trying to get my hands washed. Yeah, but then that really blessed me to see like a lot of these people, they're put through various trials and within their lives without complaining as well. And a lot of them are looking for the comfort and joy in Christ, which is such a blessing, and such a blessing to see for many of them. And but then I was thinking about that, and caught my attention that at the same time, they're not here looking for pity, but we want them to be seen as brothers and sisters in Christ as well. That we may be here like helping them, but at the same time, they're just like us, and they deserve that same respect, and we all worship the same God as well. So, and there was also this little scary idea I was writing in my journal of how, although people may not look like they're living a life full of sin, there were some that are kind of like hiding that pain and their addiction, and they're finding comfort in something else, but you can really tell from their outside looks and outside appearances, which is kind of scary thing. And I reflected upon that, and it reminded me of how there's so many people here as well, just hiding their sins within themselves. And there may be people who confess that they're Christians. There may be people that confess they're Christians, but they're living a totally different lifestyle. And so what I wanted to bring here back to Bethel, one thing I spoke about during the reflection time was how privileged I was. How privileged I was, and what a great opportunity it was to be hearing about all these stories about the Navajo Nation. And a few months ago, we wouldn't be talking about this. Like the only thing we would know about Native Americans would be from like history class. And just listening to all this and listening to these stories really just touched me and blessed me for this great opportunity that God has given me. And I really hope that I bring all the stories here, and that I promise them that I would continue to pray for them, and continue to pray for the kids, that they would grow to know the gospel, that they wouldn't live a life full of sin, but they would look to God as they continue to go to church. And yeah.